Hello, welcome to chess.com. Though, I don't really know what I'm doing. So, don't, don't question it, don't question it, don't question it. Did I mess it up? Uh, 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 question it? Oh my gosh. All this, all this right here needs to go away now. Bye bye. Chess. We got chess. I got chess. They're gonna do that or not. Because they're a person. They may do any of the moves of God or both, but that's the most likely. They could also do Queen's Pawn. I'm gonna do that. They take, I push, they take, I take, and that's called the Halloween Gambit. They do this. Well, then I do that. They do that. Well, then I do this still. Attacks. They have protection. They attack. I attack. I can move this, then this. You could probably move that. Okay, move this so that it's protected. That is protected. They take on. Raise a glass to freedom. Oh, look at this. Oh, we don't really have any advantages in this attack. We only have the repeated moves and bit of bad. Okay, they do that. I do this. They attack, I defend. They attack, I defend. That is defended by this. That is defended by this. This can move here to attack king, but mostly pin knight. I can move this to attack queen if they do that. Uh, Not a lot of moves they can do with this. No one wants to move this early game. They can do this to pin this because queen. But then I can do that and attack. They take, I attack, I take, so they won't take. They take, I take, obviously. Now I'm attacking this, and nothing's attacking me. If I do that, they will take, because they will put this for check. They'll probably take with this either. If I do that, that's take, easy. This, this has I accidentally made a house. Okay. I can. Now, if I do that, I get attacked. We can rise up. You rise up. Enemies don't rise up. Here comes a general. It's like, George, we are outdone now. Outnumbered, outplanned. What could they be planning? They move here. That that, that doesn't do anything. Why would they move there? In fact, that actually just made it worse with why would they do that? Okay, if I take, they take. They aren't gonna do that because no one wants to move that. If I take, they take. Take. If I move here, they take. Here, nothing. No, that will take. Here, take. Here, bad. Here, they could take, but then just attack or take. Here, nothing bad. Here. Here. What could they be planning? Is they really thinking? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. So, here comes the channel. Channel. Oh, we are up to doing now. They take, retake. If they take, I take. They can't be stream sniping. I'm recording. Oh my gosh. I swear. Oh, they could have taken that too, and then that would be check. They don't take. That's actually great for me because I need to protect that so I stop from check. I don't want this moving much anymore. Okay, so they're basically around the same thing. Okay, they move that there. No, if they castle, they lose the queen, so they would have to try to move the queen, and then move the queen will move, and move. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe they're not that. Maybe they're not doing all this. Oh my god! Outnumbered, outplayed. This might be a blunder. This might be a blunder. No, that's definitely a blunder. There would be nothing protected. And now, it's not exactly a blunder. No, not exactly a blunder, but take king is still possible. But who would want to move king this early and get? Yo, I thought I was overthinking. They have so much less time than me. Work. They could still take. They can't take like that. Unless they completely ignore the fork and push a pawn. Oh, they can't push this pawn. That's just gonna get taken. That not gonna get taken, but would require me to move queen. Don't ignore the fork. I take rook. Genuinely perfect. Perfect. They push pawn to attack, knowing it's protected. But instead of doing the obvious move of like moving back one or any of this, it's probably aren't obvious. You probably know what I'm gonna do, viewer. Oh, oh, yeah, I just realized what I did. Well, obvious. Every piece on White's team is a liability to me. Or they could take Rook. They don't. Ooh, if I do that, that's a terrible move. Protect these, because Queen over that is not good. They're gonna run out of time. Uh, that's still a problem. They, I check. They can't. They can't move here. 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 Look, they could never move there. They can only move here. And then I go here. They take probably, or take with that. I have to check. That's the only move they can do. Or they could have blocked it, true. It's protected, they don't want to take. No, they check. Oh, still protected. You do that, I'm gonna take. They do that, I'm gonna take. They do that, I'm gonna take. So why would they do that? Well, they're probably gonna do that if they want to check. They do that instead. Well, still protected. Time out. Oh, another round. 4 misses. Pawns, king opening, they do that, that's okay. They do that, that's okay. I can just copy someone else's motive. They do that, that's an instant check. They do that, okay, that's okay. Pin. I can do that to pin that. I'll probably do that to pin that. Actually, no, they won't do that because that's a blunder instantly. They'll probably do this to pin that. Or do that. Bleh. Bleh. Okay. Do I check? No, the last time I tried to check. Check. They block because they moved their knight already. They block with queen. Why would they do that? Planning something. I took the rook. Because, yeah. I can take, not that, I can do this. Now that's under attack, though protected. Now I could take, but if I take, they take, or they take. If I do this, they take. If I do that, that's fine. I'm gonna go back somewhat. They have that protected. They have that protected. They attack again. That is a. Is it a terrible move? Eh, I'm not gonna call it a terrible move until I am 100% sure it's absolute trash. Perfect. They take. Actually, they can't take because that's pinned. I just realized that. They move here. That is great for me because now they lose their queen. They move there so that their bishop is no longer pinned. But actually, I'm just gonna check them. They can move here. That's it. That's it. That's all. They resign. I win. They take, I put the. They don't take, they protect. Well, then I protect. The looply looped, the loopy loopy loop. They check. That's actually a terrible move. Oh, hello, Ash.